Did BMW just kill the R18? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So, BMW, the R18, are the days numbered? Is the writing on the wall for the R18 with all its different variations? Well, as you may have seen lots of videos this last week of BMW releasing this concept bike, this prototype R20. Essentially, I won't go into all the details, but essentially what they've done, they've taken the R18 engine, they've rebored it a little bit, made it into a 2-litre. They've obviously different frame, like a cafe racer style frame. They put some different tech in, like a swing arm on the back and other little bits and pieces to put this new bike. But let's just say it's this R20, this 2-litre engine. Now, is the concept of that engine, is that going to be the death of the R18? If we just look at the R18 in terms of the classic, in terms of the bagger, in terms of the big tour, the transcontinental, right? And all the kind of iterations that we've had in terms of the custom designs and the one-offs, but also those that are supposed to be in the pipeline as well. If we take that bike, is it popular? Is it selling well? And I don't have the numbers for that. But if you look at, let's just say, read in the ether, many people who ride that bike would say it's a great bike to ride. I've ridden that bike, and when it first came out here in the UK, I got the opportunity to ride it, and you can go back and watch my review of it. And what I said in that video actually still stands today. I think it's a great bike, and the engine is really nice, really smooth as well. It just looks, it's just big. There's two pots sticking out. It looks awkward. It looks weird. But in terms of the way it rides and the balance and everything, it's great. It's a great bike to ride. And then lots of elements on there, like the reverse gear as well, I thought was fantastic as well. So from that point of view, the R18 is a great bike, but it doesn't really sell in the numbers that you would think, wow, we've really hit gold with this. If you look at the American market, yeah, there are lots of YouTubers who say, I've just got an R18, I've just got an R18. A lot of that is down to marketing. A lot of that is down to some kind of, trying to tap into another market and trying to make more videos, make more content. A lot of it is trying to develop relationships with BMW as well, of course. But also, most people in the United States are not going to veer away from the V-twin if we're going to have this traditional motorcycle bike, right? They're either going to go for the Harley Davidson or they're going to go for the Indian. Yes, they could go for other motorcycles as well, but if you're going to have that kind of thing, they're more likely to lean towards those bikes than the R18. Now, if they want something different, yeah, they're going to move away from the American bikes and go to the German bike, and why not? Let's go for something different, right? So that's the big stumbling block, really. Does the R18 provide enough allure to pull you away from something like a Harley Davidson or an Indian for the American market or the Canadian market? I don't believe it does, but of course they are selling in certain numbers, right? Let's just say in Europe, are they selling enough? Well, I don't really see that many on the road. Yes, of course, I see the odd one or two here. I've seen a couple of transcontinentals, I've seen a couple of the baggers, and yeah, more classics I've seen riding around, but not that many, I've got to say. Nowhere near on the level of Harley Davidson, let's say. Now, I've also got to say, I don't see that many Indians either, only the one or two here and there. But certainly Harley Davidson, they are still the one. They are still the motorcycle of choice. The other thing that I hear quite a lot is regardless of how it looks, regardless of how it rides, it is just pig ugly. They just don't like it. I hear this in the comments all the time, or I've read it in comments in the past. It just looks horrible, and it's not the overall bike. It's just the engine, right? So that's kind of a stumbling block. So how do you overcome this? Do you just give it more power? Do you just give it more size? And then all of a sudden that will appeal to certain riders. Is that what we're seeing here? We're looking at a prototype bike, a concept bike. And usually what happens with prototype bikes, concept bikes, is that they take a bit of technology here one design aspect here, and they incorporate it into another model or another series of models. They take, let's say, the swing arm, the rear swing arm, and they say, right, we're going to start putting that in another type of bike. They take a whole engine or a certain element from an engine and they start incorporating it into other bikes, you know, suspension, braking, whatever it is. Sometimes that prototype as it is comes to market, and as they have to make the adjustments for the whole certification thing, that homologation thing that goes on, which is a horrible word. But sometimes they just take those little elements. So here I would question whether this R20 concept is what we're looking down the road at for BMW as the R18, the next generation R18. There was a lot of rumors about the R18 evolving, and this was about a year ago, something like that, about what were BMW going to do with the R18. There were obviously lots of rumors about new variants coming out, but this could be where we're going to see the R18. It becomes the R20. The R20 Tourer. This is the motorcycle of choice. It's going to be bigger. It's going to develop more power, more torque. But it's only 200 cc's more than the R18. It's not going to develop that much more power. So on the basis that maybe the R18 isn't selling as well as maybe BMW had hoped, there's always questions on BMW. So, well, why are you trying to sell this type of motorcycle? It just doesn't fit the BMW mold. It just doesn't seem as if you've got a bike that could be competitive against Harley Davidson and Indian, especially Harley Davidson. If you wanted to put a boxer engine there, why didn't you put something else in there? Why did it have to be so big? Why didn't you put the 1250 engine in there, or now the 1300 engine in there? Why didn't you put something like that, a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, maybe a little bit more refined? Why didn't you put something like that in there that is not so big and bulbous? You've got to really like the look of the R18 if you want that kind of bike. You've got to be looking for something different. Now when you're on the bike, you're going to be impressed with it because it is a great looking bike, and it's a great riding bike, I should say. That's more the point. But motorcycling is not only about riding it, it's also about looking at it and whether it's going to turn your head and does it attract other people as well. So that's something maybe the R18 kind of lacks when when you're stacking up against a Harley Davidson. But did BMW, have they seen that there's a problem with the whole ownership of an R18? And they said, we've got to do something different. And maybe just this R20 concept is just a window, it's just the cracked door into where the company is going to go with these kinds of engines, with these kinds of motorcycles in the future. They're going to go for a 2 litre, maybe even a 2.5 litre. They're not going to be the most powerful, and they're certainly not going to be the ones that maybe many bikers around the world are going to automatically jump to. But if they can produce, let's say, performance tourers or performance cruisers that can get almost to the top of the tree, then yeah, maybe they've got something to offer. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But are we seeing now the last nail in the coffin of the R18, or does it have a lot of life left? I'm not so sure on this timeline, but I've got a pretty good feeling that this R20 is what we're going to see, what they're going to try and push in the next few years as the engine of choice and phase out the R18. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. But do you like the R18 bikes? But do you think you'd like them even more if they had an R20 engine in? Let us know your thoughts. Catch you again. Bye now.
RevelatorAlf.